I'm a retired FBI agent. This case has me stumped. Karen back into O'Keefe in some kind of a fit of anger. At first blush, I think that maybe is a reasonable thought of what could have happened. Karen and her defense team's assertion is that O'Keefe went into this party, this house, with some other law enforcement officers, and there was an altercation. He was beat up and killed and then put on the lawn. That sounds at first glance a little outrageous, but I'm baffled in this case, honestly. I really can't explain it because the wounds that he has are on the front and back of his body. They're not consistent really with the way it's described that she would have hit him. The only thing I could think is that the car pushed him somehow. He fell backwards and hit his head on something that caused that really serious gash, that skull fracture. But if for instance, he fell and just hit something in the yard, a rock, something that was there that couldn't be seen in the snow, that has to be attributed to just poor police work for not finding that out. I don't know about that. Another interesting thing in this case is there was an FBI investigation, I think, into prosecutorial misconduct on this. I don't know the basis or, what we call it the predication for that case would be, but it is interesting. But the FBI closed the case back in March, bringing no charges. So it's interesting. There's just so many factors to this case that are unanswered, and I'm still stumped on it, to be quite frank. I think what probably may happen is similar to the O.J. Simpson case, where he was acquitted in the criminal trial, which requires proof beyond a reasonable doubt. In a civil case, it's really just more likely the standard is much lower, and you just have to assess which is more likely to have happened. So this incident of Karen backing into John O'Keefe, is that more believable, or is the story of the cops beating him up and putting him out on the yard, or is there something in between? I don't know, but I think that she might still have some exposure in a future civil trial for his death. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm going to keep looking into this case. It's, like I said, it's fascinating. As you guys know, I love unsolved cases and unsolved elements of cases. So I'm going to keep watching this and see what happens. Keep your questions and comments coming. Let me know your thoughts on what happened, because I'm stumped, and I'm not afraid to ask for help when I need it. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.